Thank you for your support and for watching avivTarot. This is a general pick-a-card reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Not everything will apply. My readings are meant to be constructive and not destructive. I give readings to empower you. I will be honest in what I see and will not give you false hopes or empty promises in order to keep you happy. I will be compassionate and sensitive to your feelings and will not judge or condemn. Energies are ever-changing. You are still the master of your own destiny. Hi everyone, thank you for watching avivTarot, and today we are going to do another pick-a-card reading. In today's pick-a-card reading, we are going to take a look at setting your boundaries, okay? And what kind of things you should let go, okay? And because this is the topic that we're gonna be doing today, I use the Queen of Swords as the card to pick, okay? And then we'll draw two cards from the tarot to see in which area you need to set boundaries, how you should set boundaries, and in which area you should let go and let things flow on its own and go with the flow, okay? Or like cut it out from your life, or, you know, that kind of things. Setting boundaries as in setting a bottom line, not let people go past that, okay? So we have three different Queen of Swords. This is the Sky Queen, okay, for pile number 2. Pile number 3 is Queen of Swords, this one. Pile number 1 is this Queen of Swords. I purposely did the numbers kind of weird. So that they're not in their usual position, okay? So kind of like mess up your brain a little bit so that you don't always go to the numbers that you choose. Try to go with the or the position, right? Oh, 1 is always here, you know, that kind of thing. So go with the number or go with the cards. See which one resonate with you the most, or which of these position resonate with you the most. Okay, so if you need more time, pause the video right now. Timestamps are going to be in the description box below, as well as in the message box. Okay, so I will go with pile number 1. Now, if you chose this pile number 1, this Queen of Swords, it's sharpening its knife, or swords if you want to call it. So in which area you need to set boundary? Ooh, okay. Investment, money, okay, and patience, okay? So I would say that maybe people take advantage of your patience, okay? Because you're very patient, so they just, you know, drag things on, procrastinate, make you wait all the time. You need to set a boundary and tell them when enough is enough. I don't want to wait anymore. I want things right now. I want to see the results right now, and not always being put on hold, always waiting for someone, okay? So you want to set a boundary for that. And if they, you know, make you wait and do all that kind of things, maybe you want to, you know, initiate things instead of keep on waiting, because you do have a lot of patience for a lot of things, and people take advantage of that. Secondly, money, okay? You want to set boundary with how you invest your money. People might take advantage of you, you know, money-wise. They maybe borrow money from you, or when they do borrow money from you, they don't give it back because they're just like, oh, wait, well, I promise I'll give it back. And you're like, okay, and you keep waiting for that. You need to set boundary when enough is enough. Either just like, okay, well, our friendship or our relationship, that's it, okay? Don't even, you know, I'm not even gonna wait around anymore for that, because you're probably never gonna pay me back. and just leave it at that, and then never and kick this person out of your life. I don't know. But this is where you have to set boundaries. You don't necessarily have to, you know, like I said, kick them out of your life or anything. But this is where you have to set a bottom line. Tell them that's it. You know, they've cross the line or something like that. And then also when you setting a boundary investment too as well, that when you maybe go and invest into things, you want to set a boundary. Okay, so for example, if it's like, this is just an example for like stock market or something, right? So when you are making a profit off of your stock, well, do you want to set a bottom line? Like, okay, when it hits this price, I'm going to sell it, and I'm not going to be greedy. I'm not going to keep hoping for a higher price. Okay, you know, I've made enough. I'm going to take it out and reinvest it into something else instead of keep waiting. Or if the stock is, again, use stock as an example, the stock is hitting, it's not going as well as you thought, right? And then it's keep going down in price. It's, you know, you want to set a bottom line for that too. And when it hit that mark, you're going to sell it, get rid of it, instead of keep waiting and then losing more and more money. Okay. So that's where you need to set boundary for that. Okay. Money-wise, investment, how you treat your money. And then as well as your patience. Don't let people take advantage of that. Now let's take a look at where you need to let go. Okay. Instead of trying to hold on to things, maybe you need to cut the cord, cut the ties, and just let things go, or let the person go. People, places, things, right? Let go. What do you need to let go? Okay, interesting. We got the 5 of Wands. So I would say what you need to let go is sometimes you could get kind of competitive, right? You might even get a little aggressive, but maybe it's something that you're very, very passionate about. So it's not like you're wrong or anything, but you could get too overly passionate about something, and you have a hard time of letting go of something that you're very, very passionate about, right? And then you can't let it go. Or if you get into like a debate or something like that, you feel like I have to win, because maybe it's a topic that you're passionate about or something like that. Or if it's career related, something that you're super passionate about. Not that you have to change your career, but if, for example, if it's the company that's not working, maybe there's something that's clashing. It's kind of, sometimes you can't win. You might just have to leave and go find another company or group that shares that same goal as you, instead of trying to convince someone to see what you see, right? Or try to win and yeah, like I said, win and convince them, persuade them, even with force sometimes. But this is also about competition, competitiveness. Not that it's a bad thing, but sometimes being too competitive can also, like, I don't want to say you're trying too hard, because I also believe you need to try and work and go after the things that you want. But maybe, again, if this is not the route, if you're thinking, okay, this is the only route that I have to get to, say, for example, you're starting at A, right? And then point B is your final destination, and you want to go from A to B, but sometimes maybe this route doesn't work, and you might have to do a little bit of a detour to get to B, and it's okay. Maybe you don't have to be stubborn and think this is the only way. There might be other ways, and it might take a little bit of time, which I think you do have the patience to do, right? So maybe use your patience in the right spot and go around it. And you don't have to always, you know, try to fight and fight through obstacles. Sometimes maybe you can go around it, right? It might be faster in the end. Okay, so I think that would be the part where you need to let go of certain type of, like, maybe thinking like, oh, this is the only way, but there, you know, sometimes there are other ways that you can try and see. So that is that. And because I do feel like you're a fighter, because look at this Queen of Swords. It's sharpening its swords, getting ready for, you know, to fight for whatever she or he believes in. And so I do think that you are able to achieve whatever you want to achieve, but just don't let other people take advantage of you, like patience-wise, and always putting you on hold. And also, if investment-wise, money-wise, don't let people take advantage of you as well. And then also, sometimes you can be a little bit flexible, and you don't always have to win, and you can let go of that. That need to be on top and being the winner of something, right? I think being competitive is good, but being overly competitive sometimes might come off kind of aggressive to some people, and you might not end up getting what you wanted. So maybe taking a detour or going in like with a different approach might work better, and you might be able to achieve what you wanted to achieve faster. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 1. And I hope this gives you a little bit of an insight or help with whatever you're going through right now. And if you have anything you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, so if you chose pile number 2, and we got this Sky Queen. This is the Observer Queen to me, right? The little kitty is hidden in the tree, checking things out. A little melancholy, I would say, but definitely an observer. Okay, deep thinker. And also kind of secretive. It's like up in the trees, hidden away, right? All right, so let's take a look at what you need to, whoa, what is these? Okay, let's take a look at in which area you need to set your boundaries in, okay? In which area you need to set your boundary. Set a boundary. In which area you're going to set your boundary. Oh, we got one right here. King of Wands. Interesting. Okay. So with this one, I would say you're a leader. So sometimes don't let other people overstep you. If you believe whatever you're going after is the right thing, if you're very, very passionate about it, don't let other people talk you out of it. If you have something that you're passionate about, you want to pursue, I think you should go get it. Okay, this is a leader, a very passionate leader, and you should embrace that. Don't let people, again, talk you out of things or make you believe you're something else. So for example, this is a very confident person too. I mean, yes, you might want to self-reflect and make sure you're not too stubborn and not taking in any advices, but you don't want to have people talk you out of doing something that you're passionate about, something that you believe in, something that you are actually naturally talented, but also a natural leader. This is a king. You're not a follower. You're somebody that you can set the trends. You can, it's a go-getter, I feel like. It's a very fiery energy, and it's the king. So where you need to set the boundary is not let other people cross in, you know, telling you that you can't achieve something, telling you that, oh, your dream is stupid or something like that, right? No, don't let that get to you, because if you believe you can do it, if you are passionate about it, because I truly believe if you want something bad enough, you can make things happen. And at least I believe that, right? And I actually was able to make things happen for myself. Like I always tell people, if I die right now, I have no regrets. The only thing I will be like kind of sad about, but it's not regrets, is, you know, my dogs and cats and stuff like that. But I feel like I've done the things I wanted to do. I might not be on top, like as successful as I would like to be, but I am doing the things I love. Okay, so, and I have a lot of people telling me, oh, why don't you just make this a hobby? Don't go after this. This is just like, just do it once in a while and just get, you know, be content with that. And I was just like, no, right? So don't set that boundary. Don't let people talk you out of doing something that you are very, very passionate about. And you are actually, see, I do self-doubt, and I was like, maybe I'm not that talented. Maybe I am, maybe they're right. Maybe, you know, you cave in, right? But then at the end of the day, when I, you know, what gets me up in the morning, I'm just like, you know what, if I do anything else, I would just rather drop dead or something, you know, and not wake up in the morning. But if I'm gonna wake up in the morning, I want to be able to do the things I'm truly passionate about and love to do. So that's that, right? If you have something that you have not put started, or you're kind of scared about because you get too many negative energies around you telling you that, oh, you shouldn't, you can't, oh, you won't make it, or something like that, don't listen to them. You need to set boundaries and get away from these negative people, okay? That's where you need to set boundaries for and at, okay? So that's that. Because I do think if you chose this Sky Queen, you are very reserved and you kind of care about what other people think. Look how you're hidden over here. I mean, at least the kitten over here is kind of hidden and observing people. And like, I really do sense like a sense of melancholiness. And it's like maybe waiting for the best timing for things, but it's always waiting. No, if you believe in something that you wanted to do, you got to just go ahead and do it and not think too much about it. Yeah, you need a little bit of planning, but as you know, a lot of times life don't go as we plan. So you got to be a little bit like a risk taker and just do it and then see what happens. Things will always work out. That's what I notice for me. Okay, so that is that, where you need to set boundary. Okay, now let's take a look at where you need to let go and cut the cords and get rid of. Ooh, the moon. Okay, what do you need to let go? Fear. You gotta be fearless. Okay. You gotta let go of self-doubt. And I was just talking about that. And we got the moon. You might not be able to see clearly where you're going, but that doesn't mean the end or whatever you're looking for is not out there. You gotta take the first few steps in order to illuminate along the way. But if you're standing at this spot, you can't see 400 miles out. You gotta start. You gotta move a little bit, then you'll be able to see things starting to open up for you. So what you gotta let go of self-doubts. You gotta let go of self-limiting thoughts. You gotta let go of not being able to move forward. There's a lot of like, this is, security, right? Maybe you always feel kind of insecure a little bit. You gotta let go of that. Of course, the most confident person, if you ask them, if you actually really talk to people who they appear super confident, some people might not have been admitted or not being self-aware, but there are people that look super confident, but if you ask them and they're like, no, I am shaking inside. I am frightened to death, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I don't want people to see that I'm like frightened to death and scared shitless, right? I'm going to look confident and do things confidently and with no regrets, right? And I know it really and I know it firsthand only because it's funny, because I don't want to say I have very low self-esteem, because I don't think I have low self-esteem, but I do doubt myself. Like I kind of share it over here. I always wonder, oh yeah, maybe I'm not talented enough. Maybe I am not this, I'm not that, I'm not blah, 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 all these things. But super self-conscious and all that stuff. But then it's funny because I always thought I appear that way. But I have not just one, but more than one person that told me, no, Vivian, you look really confident. I want to be like you. And I was like, what? No, you don't want to be like me. But she's, you know, says like, I look really confident, and she's kind of like envious. Like she wants to look like that too. Like sometimes when I talk about certain things, I'm like, self-doubting. I'm like even wondering, am I saying things right, or am I getting the message across, or all that stuff, like doubting myself. Even now when I'm speaking like on camera right now, you know, talking about certain things in this, like tarot cards, I'm just like, no, I don't think I'm like good enough, or all that stuff. But I do have people that told me that I look really confident. Oh, another example, when I was I used to learn piano, and then we would be submitted to go to like piano competitions. My hands are shaking, my heart's racing, and like I don't get like sweaty hands, but my hands get very, very cold. And I'm like constantly thinking about the songs I'm gonna play in my head. But my mom and even my piano teacher said, oh, Vivian always looked really calm. She doesn't look like she's nervous at all. And I was like, actually, I'm nervous as hell. But I didn't want that. I was self-aware. I didn't want people to think I was nervous. I didn't want to appear nervous too. So I actually tried really hard to control that, not to let people see that. So back to this. Be confident, be fearless, and let go of a lot of self-doubt. I know it's very easily said than done. Again, like I shared, I still have it too, but at least fake it. And in acting, we say, fake it until you make it. So I think it works. Sometimes, you know, like you can't laugh. It's like so stupid. This is like the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but you're supposed to laugh. And you just like fake laugh. And then it starts after a while, it gets so ridiculous, you actually start to really laugh, you know, for example. So I think it does work. So that's the part that you need to let go, okay? And you need to just take that first step and just keep going. I think you're amazing. You're a natural leader. You can achieve whatever you believe you can achieve. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 2, and I hope this helps. And if you have anything you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, number 3. If you chose this Queen of Swords. Okay, this Queen of Swords looks very, very happy, right? All right, so let's take a look at where you need to set boundaries, okay? In which area you need to set boundaries. In which area pile number 3 needs to set boundaries in. Ooh, okay. We got a 7 of Cups, but it came out in reverse. All my cards are upright, but this flopped out in reverse. So when it flies out in reverse, I'll take those. 7 of Cups, regardless if it's upright or down, okay, it's about choices. It's about options. It's about obviously daydreaming about things and having a dream, right? But I would say having it reversed, you want to make it a little bit more practical. So maybe what you need to set boundaries with, or, you know, having a bottom line, is to sometimes, it's good to have a lot of things that you want to do. It's good to have a lot of dreams that you want to pursue, but maybe you need to set a boundary where certain things, you know, this is just, okay, I'm just dreaming about this right now. This is probably not too practical, at least with whatever you currently, the resources that you currently have. Maybe you can't really make it into a reality just yet, but you work with whatever you have right now. So you set a boundary with that, okay? You don't want to dream so big that it's unachievable, unattainable. You want to become a little bit more practical and having all these options and choices, and prioritize the things that you can do right now, and then slowly accomplish all the things that you can accomplish as you start to gain more things, gain more resources, gain more network, gain more I don't know, money, status, friendship, all that stuff. And you'll be able to achieve greater, bigger goals. But you want to start small, start with something that you can do first. And I would say that never give up dreaming. Like, I feel like with this in reverse, doesn't mean like, oh, you need to stop being a daydreamer or anything. In fact, if you're an artist, it's great to daydream, and maybe you have a lot of great ideas deriving out of, you know, just thinking without limit, right? But if there are certain things that you want to achieve in reality, then maybe that's when you want to be a little bit more practical, but never give up dreaming. And I feel like with pile number 3, you always have a lot of options. You always have choices. You can, don't let other people decide for you what you can and cannot do. That's another thing that, you know, you need to set boundaries with, or, you know, that don't let other people tell you what you can and cannot. And if they're not going to give you the options, they're not going to give you the choices that you can choose, you can make these choices and options happen for yourself, right? It might be limited to start off with. You might only have one option, and that's the only option. But then as you get older, or not even older, as you get more experienced, as you start to get more things done, like I said, you'll get more resources, you'll be able to connect with more people, and you have more opportunities opening up for you that you can achieve bigger, better, huge things and make things happen for you, right? So I would say where you need to set boundaries is just to make sure you can differentiate things that needs to be done maybe later on, and things that you can do right now, right? Okay. And don't limit yourself. And also, I do have to say, Seven of Cups do have one thing about this card, is be careful of what you wish for. And so setting boundaries, meaning sometimes you might wish for something and you realize when it actually happens, when it's actually manifested into reality, you realize, oh my gosh, what did I got myself into? So in relation to setting boundaries, be careful of, make sure you know, okay, if I do this, obviously we can't foresee everything, but there are certain things, there's always a consequence, a good consequence and a bad consequence to everything, each and every action. And so make sure when you do certain things, make sure you understand. For example, okay, I'm just using acting and actor as a thing. For example, actor. Okay, I want to be an actor. Okay, so there are two possibilities, right? So when you get into it, obviously you're very passionate about it and you love this job, or for whatever reason that you wanted to be an actor. So if you do become famous, for example, this is just an example. If you become famous, there's certain things that you need to sacrifice and give up for. For example, your personal time. You might not be able to attend your friends' parties and funerals and all these things. If you become a big superstar, yeah, you're gonna make a lot of money, but you're gonna also give up a lot of your privacy. Are you willing to give all those up, right? You gotta think a little bit farther ahead. But okay, fine. That's if you become successful, right? But there's the other part. If you become broke and you're just a passionate artist, but with no money, can you still sustain this dream? Will you be able, will you actually give up because it's reality, because of money, or for whatever reason? Can you still go after it? There's also that part that you need to think about and all that stuff. And so I feel like that's when do you set a boundary? When do I need to, I guess if you want to call it, give it up or not give it up, right? And so you got to think a little bit further ahead. And so I think that's what I'm saying about be careful of what you wish for, is you don't know what's going to happen, but there are always like different options and different things that you can plan just a little bit ahead, but don't let that stop you from making a choice and moving forward, right? It's just that, because I was, for example, if I'm like at home and not having anything, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so bored. I wish I have work. And then all of a sudden, all these works dumped onto me. And I was like, oh my gosh, well, I wish I have a lot of free time. But then when I have a lot of free time, I want to get a lot of money. So there's all these like, you know, this duality and things. So be careful what you wish for. And if you actually get what you wished for, are you ready to take on that challenge too? So set a boundary with that. Okay, now let's take a look at where you need to let go. You got another card that came out in reverse. Well, pile number 3, all your cards came out in reverse. We have the 6 of Cups. We got the 7 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. I feel like you're either super emotional or you're super emotionless. Like you hide your feelings. You don't like people get to know too deep like about you, right? You don't want to let people in, maybe because having both of the cups in reverse. Maybe you're super analytical, you like that distance between people, or you're super emotional. That could be that too, having both in reverse. So now, where do you need to set a boundary? What do you need to let go? Actually, what do you need to let go? So 6 of Cups. Or cut the cords, right? 6 of Cups is talking about past memories. It's about friendship from the past, people that you know from the past, maybe people you've dated from the past. Okay, so of course, if it's good memories and stuff like that, it's okay to, you know, sometimes reminisce about it, but don't be stuck in the past and can never get out. So not that you need to completely cut it out of your mind or your life and not remember any of those, like if we're talking about memories in particular, it's okay to have those memories, but you don't want to dwell. You don't want to always live in the past and stop making and stop living in the now and making things happen, right? And making new memories. So there's that one thing that you need to let go and not dwell on the past. So now the second thing with this is also, if there are people from the past coming back to you, resurfacing, if it's good relationships, people, of course, it's great. But what you want to watch out especially is that you might forgot the horrible things that they've done to you and you only remember the good things. But even though these people are bad, but you just forgot about the bad things that they've done to you, these are bad people that you need to cut out of your life, okay? The negative energy people, the people that are, you know, wanting something from you, taking advantage of you, but you might have forgot about it, and you only remembered only the good things that they've done, and you forgot how horrible these people are. And sometimes and you always give them a lot of chances. You're like, oh, well, they're not that bad. Well, let's give them another chance. And then they prove themselves to be a horrible person again, or this to be a horrible place to go again, or this is like a horrible thing to do again. Like it just, when you give them another chance, if they prove themselves to be great, that's great. But there are certain people that you give multiple chances, multiple opportunities to them, and they can, time after time, proven themselves or the things or the places, whatever it is, to be a disappointment. And so these are the people that you need to cut out. You need to let go, and so that they don't keep dragging you back. They don't keep dragging you down, right? They don't keep pulling on your legs and not letting you move forward. So you want to watch out with that, okay? It's good to always think of the good things that people have done to you and let go of the bad things. But sometimes we do need to learn from the past mistakes and not to repeat it again, so that you can better protect yourself too. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 3. And if you have anything you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel under my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.